When deciding who to choose as a successful leader, I thought about the traits I admire in a leader: patience, a positive attitude, knowledgeable and successful and willing to share both with others, and passionate. And I began my research with that last trait in mind. Who shares my passion for music, the listening experience, and the desire to change monetization issues in the industry? Daniel Ek is the CEO and co-founder of the streaming service Spotify. Coming from a family of musicians, he originally set out to have a career as a performer. After realizing that he didn't want to spend his life touring, he started messing around with computer programming. In high school, he used his entrepreneurial and computer skills to design websites for businesses, selling them all and finding financial success by 22 years old. A Swedish native, Ek came from a country that didn't view music piracy as illegal. Because record companies already weren't making money off of licensing, he decided to launch his free streaming service in 2006, generating revenue through advertisements. He set out to create a better listening experience for the consumers, avoiding pirated file sharing, as well as to discover new ways to create revenue for artists. Spotify is one of the leading music streaming services, offering a free subscription with lower quality audio, advertisements, and limited access. With a paid monthly subscription, you can listen to over 50 million songs, 700,000 podcasts, ad-free with unlimited song skips, and you have the ability to download high-quality audio directly to your device to listen without internet access. Spotify currently has 286 million monthly listeners, 130 million being paid monthly subscribers, me being one of them. Spotify reported $2 billion in revenue for the first quarter of 2020, $1.84 billion of that being from monthly subscriptions. So how did Daniel Ek become such a successful leader in the music streaming world? What makes his product and leadership different than his competitors? Although Spotify provides a unique listening experience, Ek wants to go beyond that to create an interactive experience for artists and fans. He has created a different approach to the industry, as he states, an entirely new ecosystem, where the industry isn't just built to support the top best-selling artists, but artists of all levels, genres, and backgrounds. He wants to create more room for winners. Based on his level of success, reputation, and leadership style, I would place Ek at level 5 of Maxwell's leadership hierarchy. Daniel Ek's vision for Spotify began with people who wanted to help achieve his goal. By producing results and launching Spotify successfully, he increased his influence. People around the world knew about Spotify, and Ek's leadership style has a lot to do with his success. Maxwell's Chapter 6 states that you don't have to be happy all the time to be an effective leader, but you do need to have a positive attitude. Ek has discussed his ongoing effort to be a better, more transparent leader regardless of his mood to create a positive and motivating atmosphere. Not only does he have this attitude towards himself as a leader, but also his company. He is always looking for the next success and improvement to his business. This is actually something Ek doesn't do. In his interview with Fast Company, he continuously credits his team for their hard work, acknowledging that Spotify is not just one individual, it's a collaboration. He also states that Spotify wasn't this great idea he had from day one, but it evolved from working with others who possess strengths in his weaker areas, which he has no issue admitting. Daniel Ek's leadership style involves a lot of feedback. He makes sure to get one-on-one time with his lead reports to understand things that are working and not working within the company and with his leadership approach. He trusts the people he leads, taking a very hands-off approach to running the business. He likes to be involved, but says he doesn't do a lot of work, rather reaffirms the culture and the values to motivate his team. While not making people depend on him for happiness, as Green's Law 11 states, Ek does provide a service that artists' careers depend on. The music industry has become heavily reliant on streaming services such as Spotify to make money. His plan from the beginning was to be the end-all for artists, big or small, where they could make a living and get paid from every stream of their music. Throughout his career, Ek never took the easy way out. Spotify pays out most of their earnings to licensing fees, leaving little room for business profit. Because of his patience, focus, and determination to redefine the music industry, he continues to work towards making Spotify a profitable platform for all artists. Another important part of self-discipline is awareness, and Ek stays aware of his weaknesses by getting feedback on what he's not good at. You need to be bold to start a business in the entertainment industry, especially creating a free streaming service when revenue for the record industry is plummeting. People told Ek that nobody would pay for a subscription to Spotify, but he launched it anyway. Nobody thought offering the service for free would result in anyone paying $10 a month for it, but now about 90% of Spotify's profit is off monthly subscriptions. As Green states, everyone admires the bold, no one admires the timid. By serving people's best interest, you may not always be the most liked, but successful leaders are willing to pay the price. Daniel Ek knows that what Spotify represents has received criticism, but he understands that despite the positive impact you can have, which in his case is creating new revenue for artists of different degrees, you can also create an equal amount of disapproval. According to an interview with Fast Company, Spotify pushed out updates to their free service just weeks before Google released a revamp to YouTube Music. By doing so, Daniel Ek and Spotify proved that they are determined to be ahead of their competitors. Ek also knew when the right time to strike was in Sweden, with pirating being legal. He has the ability to find the perfect time to expand his business to make Spotify one of the top streaming services in the world. Spotify isn't the only streaming service available. Platforms like Pandora, Apple Music, and Amazon Prime are some of its top competitors. Ek knows that Spotify would never be alone in the streaming world, but by focusing on changing the way creatives make money, he stays ahead of his competition and proves a unique experience. Spotify features such as Playlists Made for You and event promotion for your favorite artists allow Spotify to stand in a world of its own. In fact, the platform not only provides a unique experience to connect with artists, but it's also more accessible than most, available in 92 countries worldwide, with the most users in Europe and the second most in North America. According to statistics from 2019, Spotify is beating its biggest competitor, Apple Music, by about 40 million monthly listeners. I believe Ek is 75% Maxwell and 25% Green. His leadership style relies heavily on getting feedback from his employees to better himself, motivating his employees by trying to maintain a positive atmosphere, and being transparent with his team when it comes to goals and expectations. Honesty and patience are key Maxwell traits. Being in such a competitive industry, however, Ek does have to channel some of Green's more devious leadership tactics. Spotify's current business model is more focused on the experience for the consumer, gaining licenses for as many artist libraries as possible and creating algorithms to help new music discovery. Now that Spotify has been established as one of the top music streaming platforms, Ek would like to use his next few years to shift the focus to be more beneficial for artists and creatives, aligning with his goals to support all artists as the industry changes. Daniel Ek has shown his leadership can result in success and has created a legacy for himself. His fearlessness and patience made Spotify one of the leading platforms in the industry worldwide. By continuing to acknowledge the room for growth, prioritizing goals, and motivating his team with positive reinforcement and honesty, he continued to take the industry by storm. Ek will continue to use his platform to serve and benefit creatives financially.